Revelation 684. From the 26th of November 1938. Prayer for help from spiritual beings. Atonement and forgiveness of sin. It is written, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Whoever of you feels distressed and trusts in my strength, his suffering shall be satisfied, if he only asks the Father for it in my name. Love is the greatest thing in heaven and on earth, and it is able to do everything. But this spiritual world works incessantly in love and according to my will. And so it will also protect you from all dangers, because the spiritual beings do nothing of themselves, but only work with me and through me. Who therefore recommends himself to them for protection, will be protected by my will. Because everything what serves me, is one with me, penetrated by one power and directed by one will. And therefore, anyone who faithfully takes refuge in me and my strength, will walk through earthly life in safe protection. Therefore, never forget the always ready help and ask for it, and nothing will be denied to you. If you only think of your soul's salvation in your deepest heart, your earthly striving will also be blessed, because the Father's grace is immeasurable. And now receive. Everything that goes against the divine order must be atoned for it is sin before God and man. If the effects of this sin are directed against man, man will recognize the right order himself, but if he overturns the laws of the divine order against his better knowledge, he rebels in effect against the highest power and perfection, and thus distances himself spiritually further and further from the eternal Godhead, with whom he should unite. His sinful state separates him the more from the Spirit of light, the more often he violates the divine laws. But if he now desires divine love and turns to the truth, he will also strive to change his earthly way of life and to comply with the commandments of God. At the same time, however, he will have to see to it that his knowledge matures, for in this he will come to the realization that he has erred against divine love. He will remember his transgressions with disgust and remorse, ask his Creator for forbearance and make an effort to fight against his weaknesses so that he does not fall back into the old guilt. And then he will also be forgiven, because the Father in heaven is mild and just. He lets his love prevail where the earthly child realizes his wrong and asks for forgiveness. But in the same way you should also forgive your neighbors who have transgressed against you. You shall only always love and not seek retribution, for judge not, lest you be judged. And as you forgive your enemies, so you will also be forgiven, for as you measure out, so will it be measured out to you. You should listen to every admonition and warning of the heart, if it drives you to repay evil with good, because you too have failed countless times in life and yet seek and expect the mercy of the Father in heaven. So you should also be merciful and always repay with love what has been done to you. For one day you will feel it to be a blessing, and all love, which made you act according to the Father's commandments, will have a beneficial effect in the hereafter, where only the works of love will be valued. All hatred and the urge to retaliate is a part of evil, which you have to overcome, because it only reduces your spiritual powers and hinders your ascent. Only works of love will always be beneficial for the soul. Likewise, also seek to come into the blessing of divine grace through perpetual prayer for the strengthening of your will, because this will then also make you able to act according to God's will in His eternal order. Life so often offers opportunities which can become a danger for the soul if the will is weak, but a strong will overcomes the danger, and if the love for the Father drives the earthly child, then it will certainly not go astray from the right path and know how to live well in the divine order. Even then, he will not need to fear the strict judging hand of the Creator, for only those who knowingly transgress against His commandments will be called upon to atone, and that according to the hardening of his heart. For the Lord is a lenient judge and forgives all guilt on earth, if it is recognized and repented of from the bottom of the heart. But he will also know how to punish those who do not obey his commandments and never plead to him for forgiveness anymore. Amen.